Okay guys, hopefully the third time is gonna be the charm, because, well, this is the third time we are trying to actually go and start the lobby without the players disconnecting minute 2 into the game. So yep, the map for the third time is gonna be the DualGap Reborn. The faction choices are gonna be exactly the same for all of the players and for the AI, but yep, let's go and speak about it once again. So, the players, all of them, are gonna be spawning north of this line here through the middle, so the M28 forces are gonna be spawning in the bottom of the map here, 2 per side. This time around they will have no... how's it called? No cheat multiplier available, so yep, all of them are gonna build exactly at the same pace as our players and they will have the exactly same resources available. Meaning that the best choice of action for the players will be most likely to go and use those 3 ACUs here to just go and push towards the bottom of the map. After all, there is what like 8, 16, 32 maxes available and 4 hydropower generators available to be built here, so yes, cleaning out the M28 forces is gonna be very important. Nearly as important as fighting here for the middle control, because not only there is a lot of maxes here available as we can see on the map, but also there is quite some reclaim available here. We can see in this corner here there is 5,500 mass on the screen, so yes. I guess the players here like Natron and Svatosław on the left side are gonna be going for the early air factory. Yes, air factory have been queued up, and most likely it will be a transport with 6 engineers to go and actually secure these positions here. Like drop an engie here, 2 here, and if you are feeling spicy, maybe just go and push in and drop all of the engineers here and just expand from these positions onward. Okay, looking at the minimap, it already seems like the players from both teams are gonna start moving towards the bottom part of the map. Though there is a small difference. The team Farmsletje already pushing with the Farms, Derp and FTX Commando towards the bottom. Meanwhile, the team Banani is actually lagging slightly behind, as we can see. Skrat is gonna be the first one to make the landfall. And the question is this gonna be a mistake to actually go and keep your AC building the stuff in your main base instead of moving it down or not? Well, only time will tell. I also really like how the Farmsletje is actually... oh, look at this guy, 0 HP remaining, so like he have like what, an integer of HP remaining, like half HP or something? Oh boy. The M28 must be fuming, as they didn't manage to reclaim this, and yep, it seems like the T1 PD here from the M28 player is unfortunately not gonna get finished, as Derp is gonna be on time here. Nope, the PD is gonna be finished, and as such, Derp is gonna take a lot of unnecessary damage from the PD. Though thankfully, he still have 2 more ACUs here to go and cover him, as we have Natron and Svatosław making the drops on the mid lane. Seems like Svato was the first one to go and drop it, as he already have the T1 land factory finished, and he also is bringing in the mech marine, or should I say the hunter, with his own transport, so there's a small ghetto here, and we will see, can the transport get shot down on time or not? Most likely not, as there is only single interceptor trying to shut it down, so 2 engineers from Svatosław are gonna get killed in here. Meaning, it will take a lot more time to actually go and properly secure this position here for Team Banani. As the transport have been shot down, thankfully only 2 engineers have died. But still, there is also the response of the ghetto gunship from Svatosław. Unfortunately here, Natron already managed to go and secure this position, not to mention he have interceptors ready to kill the transport and 2 sky slammers available, meaning that not even a single engineer is gonna go and fall down versus this guy here.
I'm in a lot of trouble.
Farmsletje is also making a very good job at expanding here. He might have pushed with his teammates versus the M28 forces, but at the same time he didn't forget to go and actually properly expand towards the middle. The bomber from Lime's gonna go and kill a few of the engineers belonging to... oh, it's gonna part down? No! Ooh, so close. He nearly managed to go on the way, but still there is 1 more remaining. And the interceptors from Natron are gonna go and shut down the bomber, although not before it can drop 1 more payload to kill 1 more engineer from Farmsletje. The mid lane gonna be secured by the Limes as he will go and grab control over that center here. And let's go back and see what is happening here. And it seems like the Ulshevach is actually gonna go and lose his wall base versus the two ACUs belonging to FTX Commander and to there. As we can see, the air factory is nearly gone, especially as Farmsletje is also helping them out. And with the ACU on half HP remaining, it seems like the M28 pink player is gonna be unable to do anything else. To the left side, it seems like Blackwell is doing a slightly bit better here compared to his counterpart, mostly because we can see he have two DM1 plasma cannons available, although it seems like soon enough they are gonna be of no use as Farmsletje is grabbing the double gun upgrade on his Aeon ACU, meaning that in the next minute or two, this base will also be gone. On the left flank, it seems like Lunishko managed to go and grab his own gun upgrade to go and actually push back versus the opponents, as the slightly slower push versus the M28 on the left flank from Team Banani allowed the M28 turtles to actually build a considerable amount of T1 PDs. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 T1 PDs here, so yeah, I can understand why it's not going so smoothly for the Team Banani when it comes to bringing the M28 here. After all, you don't wanna walk in without gun upgrades versus all these T1 PDs here. So fully understandable why they're taking this sweet time. On the center of the map, it seems like Natron is actually making some good pushes here and there, as the T1 Maxes are gonna get shot down and the wall base, the wall proxy on the center from Limes have been also deleted. So yep, Natron making some good strides in here. While on the bottom right flank, it seems like the Ushevach is gonna be the first one to go and die here, as Derp manages to go and secure the first kill of the game. Well played, my man! And so the next target for the Team Farmsletje is gonna be the Blackwell M28 player here. The question is he gonna be the first one to die, or maybe the other guys on the left side from Team Banani are gonna go and secure the second kill of the game, as Williamson is dropping lower and lower, only 800 HP remaining, 600. Okay, it seems like Skrat, Lunishko and Limes are gonna go and change their aim and go and kill a T1 PD and then look for killing the Tel Iltavo, meaning that most likely it is gonna be the Team Farmsletje securing the second kill first, as the Blackwell AC only have 1000 HP remaining, 600. Few more shots and kaboom, baby! Second kill of the game goes towards the Team Farmsletje, as Farms himself seals the deal on the second M28 player here in the bottom right corner. Meaning that this wall position is now fully under the control of the Team Farms, and with a very good map control over the center here, it seems like they're getting all nice and ready to go and grab the third victory in this tournament, as the M28 on the left flank just have been finished off by Skrat and Limes, leaving only one more M28 player alive, but with Lunishko setting his sights on the last remaining UEF ACU. It seems like all of the AI players are gonna be gone and deleted from this game. Kaboom, baby! All of them are now gone, so it's gonna be player versus player. And let's see how it's looking, because right now it seems like it's gonna be all about maintaining control over the center of the map. As Farmsletje is also making some good points here to go and grab the control over the islands here, which just few minutes ago were under the control of the M28, but now are just free to be taken by anyone who's gonna go and land there. ACU from Svatosław, still no upgrades available, it seems, as there is some small fights breaking out here and there, as Nathan and Svatosław are still vying for control over those 4 maxes here. We had a short pause, thankfully it seems like it was just a second. As such, we are still in the game, no connection problems, no nothing so far, so that's very good to see. As Natron is still pushing in deeper and deeper, while Svatosław is being forced to go and fall back with his own army. So very good moves here happening from Team Farmsletje. There is also a run by here happening here, but unfortunately The Auroras belonging to Farmsletje are gonna go and start meeting the Rhinos here from the T2 land factory. And with the T1 PD here available, it seems like they will be not able to go and actually finish off this T2 land factory before it starts losing units. And what is this? What is they're planning to do? Okay, this is just engineers. And this is also just for engineers. Not sure what they're exactly... Okay, he's gonna go and try to build some mexes here and there, so yep. I guess nothing funky is happening here. And while I was praising Nathan for actually doing quite good job here, dealing with Svatosov forces, it seems like Svato is launching a counterattack, which will go and actually net him a few kills here and there. But the problem is, here is the heavy tank Rhino from Natron, meaning that the mantises belonging to Svatosław are unfortunately no longer gonna be enough to go and actually fight here, as the engineer drop is also gonna go and happen, as Natron is not gonna let all of this mass go to waste. 4,000 mass on our screen, so I really do understand why he wants to go and grab control over it. At the same time, where is the ACU from Svatosław? It is exactly here. It seems like no upgrades available on it, so yep, not gonna go to the front line yet. As Skrat is also trying to go and secure these positions here. He will kill the expanding engineers from Farmsletje, but he still have 6 tanks remaining to drop somewhere with his T1 transport, so the question is, where are they gonna go? As Derp is gonna try to do something dastardly here, and let's see if the enemy team is aware of it. No, they have no knowledge about this transport actually dropping down there. Okay, the 6 tank transport have been shot down by Farmsletje here, so no monkey business is gonna go and happen in here. As currently, I really do like the position of the team Farmsletje, as they have just so much more mass available due to their center control here. Like we can see, like what? 8? Yep, 16 more T1 maxes being available to them. And it seems like the T1 transport having spotted, and as such there is a Mantis going to go and find out the meme play from Derp himself, as no proxy base will be finished here, as the single Mantis is gonna go and clean up the mess here behind the base of the team Banani. It seems like Natron is not gonna try to contest the upper pond in the map here, as we can see Svatosław just being able to go and exert all control over this position. And I wonder if he will actually build some T2 destroyers, Salems, to actually go here, you know, just bombard everything around this part of the map here, and maybe later on even use them to just, you know, make a landfall and just go deeper into the enemy territory, using the Salem class destroyers as moving artillery pieces here. Oh, Banani, like always, trying to go and make use of his fire beetles as a southern player. The question is, are they gonna go and get in the range of the enemies or not? They're getting closer and closer. Will they go kaboom or not? Come on, come on! Nope, they will not. They will only secure a single kill on enemy blazes. But still, the army of rhinos marching behind them is gonna be enough to go and push back the blue forces belonging to Farmsletje, meaning that he will have to go and concede some map control. Although I don't think this is enough tanks to actually go and keep on running, only 9 of them, versus Farms sporting what? 22 blazes, so I feel like this whole army could easily go and eradicate this yellow here. Okay, Natron grabbed the gun upgrade on his own ACU and now will make a push versus the base belonging to Svatosław, most likely being fully able to go and kill it in here. As we can see, the T2 land factory is falling one after another, as they're tarred into nothing more but a smoldering wreckage. So it seems like Svatosław will be forced to go and grab his own gun upgrade and the stealth on his ACU, as otherwise he will have no luck in actually defending versus these forces from Natron. Although it seems like, thankfully, the big army from Banani, after pushing back forces of Farmsletje in the south perimeter of this battlefield, is now gonna go and support the forces belonging to Svatosov by launching an attack behind the enemy lines. Thankfully, Farmsletje is also paying attention, and he will move in his own forces to support his teammates, so yes, it seems like a great team play is happening on both sides, with players from both sides communicating properly what should be done. As we can see, the Rhinos just dealing massive damage versus the enemy forces, but with the army belonging to Natron actually joining in the fight, it seems like Skrat might be forced to go and run away, as his ACU is currently in a very bad spot. If these forces push in here with farms pushing in from here, it seems like there will be nowhere else to go for this Skrat ACU. And yep, he is gonna get encircled just like that, as you can see. The yellow army from Banani is no more, and as such there is gonna be nothing else but a lonely ACU available in here. Although, I feel like this might be a big mistake by Natron, as he's just gonna push with all of his units inside. Well, he will go and grab the ACU kill, but at the same time, a Control K from Skrat will secure this whole army here. A big blunder from Natron. He did get the kill, but at the same time, he lost a good 10,000 mass worth of units. And with barely no mass available left here, he will have a hard time climbing back into the game now, because Svatosov basically have like a good few minutes to go and build up his own land army now, because, well, Natron is left with nothing. The ACU Control K from Skrat just secured a much necessary briefing room for his teammates, so yes, 07 soldier, that was a great move on your part. Your life for a chance of victory for your team. Let's go back and see what is happening on the naval front, where it seems like Farmsletje is actually getting pushed back by the forces belonging to Banani, as the yellow banana naval force is, well, cleaning up one island after another, as Farmsletje is most likely, yes, he did go for the T3 naval HQ change, so yes, while he did have to go and concede some map control to his opponents, the moment this Neptune battlecruiser is done, he will be launching a big counterattack. And counterattack it will be, because so far it seems like his opponents have basically no way to go and deal with the Neptune battlecruisers. Sure enough, they may try to go and go below the water surface with their own Ushavok destroyers and just use the torpedoes on those destroyers to go and deal with them, but fortunately, it seems like the Farmsletje is fully aware of that, and he is already employing some Coopers here to go and have the support ready here. Oh my goodness, look at this! It seems like Banani managed to go and drop a single T1 drop of T2 units here behind the enemy lines. As such, all the T2 Maxes here belonging to Farmsletje just have been killed. Sure enough, there is the response from the air player FTX Commando to go and try to kill them, but the problem is, the bricks are very tanky units, and as such it will take a while to go and kill them all, so they can still keep on dealing the damage. 8 Maxes already dead, make it 10, as the bricks are getting more and more value out of them. Oh, both of them, 5,000 mass killed. First one gonna go and fall down, but not before killing more Maxes here, and as such, this have been absolutely massive. As it seems like the team Banani is actually making all the right moves at this moment. Control K-ing on the enemy army to go and kill them. We had another small pause happen. Thankfully, no DCs have happened, so the game is still going on. And at the same time, through the middle, we have a push from Loyalists, securing more and more map control for the team Lunishko, as now together with support from the cruisers and destroyers, it seems like there is nothing that Farmsletje can do to go and stop the rampaging Banana. Okay, the Neptune battlecruiser have been finished. And now it is gonna keep on pushing forward versus the units belonging to Banani. Is he gonna go for the T3 HQ switch? Yes, the T3 HQ switch is already halfway done, meaning that soon enough the Galaxy class battleships from the Sabran faction are gonna go and hit the field, meaning that the Neptune battlecruisers are gonna be much harder to go and use, okay? The restorers from FTX Commando gonna go and start cleaning up the trash. As the loyalists are dying one after another as they have no proper MAA support here. And with the ASF forces belonging to Limes not willing to go and actually risk a fight here as there's only 20 of them, it seems like the restorers are gonna be able to go and, well, turn the tides on the center of the map once again. And yes, it seems like sure enough Svatosław have opted for making the T2 Navy here, as he will be building the Salem class destroyers as a support for his land forces, and it seems like Nathan have basically no answer to that available. As we can see his army being forced to retreat towards these choke points here, as he can no longer go and contest the land army mixed with the Salems from Svatosław. Okay, first bouncers being deployed by Lunishko, as he recognizes that he can no longer afford to keep building land forces without any kind of MMA. Okay, the airfight is gonna go and happen as FTX Command have been caught out unaware of what is happening. Although the big problem here is that while the opponent might have more ASF available, the cruiser support is here, and with the restorers being the chunky boys there are, it seems like they're gonna go and stay alive just fine. Sure enough, the ASF belonging to the team Banani are falling down one after another from the sky, as these cruiser support from the Governor class is just invaluable. And so let's see if the push can still keep on going or not. Okay, the first Galaxy class battleship have been finished, as the first salvo have been fired versus the opposing cruisers, and the battle cruiser is now entering the range of the opposing destroyers, which is a big no. A lot of damage is being taken due to micro ships from Farmsletje. Half HP gone from the Neptune class, and now with the destroyers also getting closer than they should be, it seems like it is gonna be once again time for a counter push, a small mistake costing the winning push from Farmsletje here, as he will have to now go and fall back and regroup, as he have not enough units available to go and keep the push going. Thankfully, second Neptune battle class cruiser have been actually released and is joining the fight. Now under the cover of the bulwark shields, they will have much more HP available. Banani splitting all his forces, so he will not take too much damage from the incoming area of damage attacks from the enemy destroyers and the cruisers. But the biggest problem for him is gonna be the Neptune class, although with the second Galaxy class battleship hitting the field, it seems like the chances for the team Farmsletje are actually getting smaller and smaller. Okay, restorers from the FTX Commando cleaning up the enemy Salem class destroyers on the top side here, letting Natron actually go and launch a counter-attack here and clean up some space for himself. But the bigger problem is gonna be that the restorers are still taking a lot of damage from the enemy bouncers, as the T3 mobile anti-air units are being deployed all over the map by both Banani and by Svatosław. And now with Limes also bringing in his ASF forces, it seems like FTX Commando is gonna be forced to actually go and retreat. Still, they have managed to go and retain control over this half of the map here, so yep, that's a win in my book when it comes to the usage of the T3 gunships by the team Farmsletje. It also seems like they have managed to go and recover this position here after the initial drop of bricks by Banani. But the problem is, the time while the team Farms was actually rebuilding this position here, the team Banani used that chance to actually build up their own economy and their own armies, as the Neptune class battlecruiser is gonna go and once again get too close to the sun, as the yellow units are gonna go and encircle it. It is still gonna go and deal a lot of damage towards the enemy units, but still, the damage taken was totally unnecessary. There is 5 battlecruisers available going up versus 3 enemy battleships, so it seems like Farmsletje might just now have the chance to go and once again push back versus the forces belonging to Banani as the Cybran ships are trying to go and retreat. The question is, can he actually do it or not? The Siren class cruisers are dealing massive damage to the forces of FTX Commando as he just lost 2 restorers for free. ASF trying to go and catch some stragglers here and there, but FTX Commando is paying a good attention to what the enemy Air Force is doing here. As we can see, he will bring back the restorers back over the coverage of his teammates. And yep, Farms is not taking the chances. He will go and fall back once again and regroup as his units are split into 2 forces. As Banani is gonna keep on chasing the retreating Neptune class. And the question is, can Farms actually properly micro his Neptune class or not? Or he will actually go for the Summit class, as the UAF battleships are finally coming online. 2 of them built at the same time and about to go and join the front line. The restorers from FTX Commando are gonna go and fight versus the ASF belonging to Limes. But the problem is Limes is microing the ASF perfectly, keeping the enemy restorers in their firing range all the time. A beautiful micro example as to how to deal with enemy restorers. So yes, like 60% of the Air Force belonging to FTX Commando have just been erased. Meaning it is gonna be very hard for him to now go and come back to this game, as the ASF are gonna be that much easier to produce the longer the games go on. Let's see, do we have SMDs available or not? Well, seems like no SMDs available here for any of the teams. A monkey lot have been produced by Natron and is going straight to the front line. Is there gonna be an answer for the opposing team or not? Yep, here is the answer being built. And considering how easy it is to go and finish a monkey lord, I can only assume it's gonna be built on time to go and actually go versus the enemy monkey lord. So yes, it seems like Natron will not have the tempo advantage. And honestly, the longer this game goes on, the worse the position of the team Farmsletje is, in my opinion, as he just wasn't able to go and seal the deal when the team Banani was retreating. And yeah, more battle cruisers losses happening here and there. As you can see, Farmsletje complaining about the pathfinding being terrible in this game, as he is having a hard time microing his units at the 2 sides of this island here. And yep, it seems like all the units on the south part are gonna go and die. And with their death being already a sealed deal, it seems like the units to the front line, to the north, are gonna have hard time actually pushing back or even just holding the line versus the big amount of Cybran units being deployed by Banani. As we can see, the Galaxy class basically mopping down the floor with the enemy Neptune battle cruisers, as one another is gonna go and sink down to the bottom of the sea. As unfortunately Farmsletje is having more and more trouble staying in control here, being pushed back inch by inch by the encroaching Cybran forces from the team Banani. Okay, it seems like the Monkey Lord is not gonna be used into any aggressive maneuvers. Instead, it will just sit here and protect the 2, or should I say the 3 pathways into the Farmsletje bases. As I guess they're aware of the lurking enemy forces. No, they are not aware of it, as there is stealth units being deployed by the Svatosław, meaning that his army here is well hidden from the enemy side, as the raiders are unable to break through the stealth coverage. And yeah, the fight here looks kinda even, unless you will look to the left side where there is 4 more Galaxy class battleships here. So yes, Farmsletje is slowly but surely getting thrown back to his own base, as his control over the map is slipping from his grip by every second. And the worst thing is, he have no control over this reclaim field here, and there is quite some reclaim here. 20,000 here available, so yes. The moment this reclaim field is gonna go under the control of one of the teams, it will most likely spell the doom of the other team. Let's see, any nuclear warheads being built? Nope, it seems like Svatosław is not gonna go for a nuke launcher, but instead he will go for a disruptor, the T3 Cyber Artillery being already 25% done, as this game is gonna become a race versus the clock for the team Farmsletje, as they will either go and gain some advantage here, or they will find themselves in a terrible position, where not only are they gonna keep on losing the map control over the center, but also they are losing the grip over the naval position, as we can see. Oh no, another big mistake here, as the battle cruisers are gonna get close in the range of the Remy torpedo launchers, as now the 2 battleships have been killed, but at the same time the damage dealt back is gonna be massive, as we can see the Neptune battle cruisers losing a lot of damage, as another salvo volley is gonna go and hit the target, as the Neptune battle cruiser is gonna go and sink down. So yes, beautiful fights happening as the ships are sinking left and right. And it also seems like Derp is actually starting to go and build a Novax satellite, which actually I don't dislike, as this Novax can basically go and harass all the mexes here with impunity, as there are no shields coverage or anything here, so Novax is not really that bad of a choice here. Okay, these 2 Neptunes here still trying to go and flank the opposing forces, but the problem is they are not dealing any considerable damage versus the enemy naval fleet, as the ships belonging to Farmsletje are just falling one after another, the shield coverage blinking in and out, as the Summit class battleships are disappearing before our very own eyes. Only 4 of them remaining versus what? How many Galaxy class? Versus 10. So basically double the battleship number available for the team Banani. Meaning that this grind is most likely gonna end in the loss for the team Farmsletje, and yeah, we can see the desperation kicking in, as Farmsletje is gonna go and start building the T1 scouts, the spirits, to actually go and confuse his opponent's targeting. Basically trying to go and bait the shots from the enemy battleships into the T1 scouts, so that the enemy shields and the Summit class are not gonna get shot. So yes, the desperation is really kicking in, and the team Banani, seeing what is happening, he's gonna go and move in with his own brick army here to go and destroy all the building facilities here for Farmsletje, to go and get rid of the pesky spirits from interfering with the targeting for the battleships. As the fight over the naval reclaim field is still raging on, as more and more reclaim is piling up one on top of each other. 55,000 available here. And do I see properly? Yes, that disruptor is already done and firing away at the enemy facilities. As we can see, the first shells are dropping in as the airfield. The air factories are the first target. Can they connect and properly kill the air grid and make a chain reaction happen or not? That is the question. Now Novax satellite being the second experimental unit to be finished by the team. And why is this not firing? Huh. Interesting. Is it outside of the enemy range? Okay, the shell have been fired. It seems like there was some bug with the replay. But yeah, let's see if anything is gonna happen here or not, as the damage will happen or not. Oh! Ooh! Ooh, ooh! They just made this. But yeah. Seems like Farmsletje is somehow still clinging on to the naval fleet he have, but the big problem is that he is also losing a lot of the map control over the center, where the Monkey Lord and the Brick army is killing all of his facilities as the factories are getting demolished one after another. Let's see the battleship count. 9 summits versus 13 Galaxy class, so this is more or less an even fight, considering that the Summit class battleships are much more powerful compared to the opposing Galaxy class, but Galaxy class is quite cheap to produce, so that's why they have more of them. But here comes another problem. Banani also have access to the T3 submarines Yahutso from the Seraphim faction, meaning that it's gonna be harder and harder with each and every passing second for the team Farmsletje to keep the control over this position here, as it seems like a quarter of the air factories belonging to FTX Commando just have exploded here, as we can see this being nothing but wreckage. The top left corner of the air grid is down, as already a second Novak is nearly finished by Slimes, and the first one is also about to go and start hitting the shields belonging to FTX Commando, as we can see that the air grid is gonna be the prime target for the opposing team. After all, there is nothing better to go and support your artillery but Novaks. After all, after the shields are down, the Novaks can just go and clean up all the shield generators one after another like that, as Farmsletje is just writing down GG's in the chat, as he recognizes that this position is unwinnable, and as such, we will have the third victory going to the hands of the Team Banani, meaning that if they win one more game, it is gonna be over for Team Farmsletje, as they will lose the crown, and the new king is gonna be Team Banani. So let's see if the Team Farms can actually go to the game number 6, or will they falter in the game number 5. So GG, well play, and let's go and look for the next lobby.